Hello guys, welcome to part 8 of Legacy. First of all, this story doesn't belong to me. I'm just narrating it. And if you want to read the story for yourself, you can go down in the description to find the link to the story to read for yourself. That being said, let's get into the story now. Chapter 8, Academy Days and Graduation. 4 years later, the sun is starting to appear and shine above Konoha. People are starting to open their shop for another ordinary day. However, to some people, this is no ordinary day, if you can say so. 4 long years have passed, and both Naruto and Hinata are 14 years old, and today is graduation day. During these last 4 years, their growth was tremendous, and if we were to estimate their current level of power, one can say that in terms of skill, Hinata's taijutsu is Kage level, same as Naruto's ninjutsu and taijutsu. However, if we were to be realistic, their taijutsu is Jonin level, because even though they both use gravity seals to increase strength and speed, their bodies are still developing and can't compete against adults with also lacking experience. However, no, these rules do not apply to ninjutsu, even less Naruto, with his massive chakra reserves that dwarf even the Hokage of the Leaf and reasonable control. In fact, Naruto must constantly train chakra control because of his ever increasing reserves. In fact, Naruto is a chakra powerhouse in terms of ninjutsu, with his high affinity of lightning, lightning combined with fire and wind natures, all of them offensive ones. There isn't much of an obstacle Naruto can surpass. In the last 4 years, Hinata became a master of her own taijutsu style, derived from the gentle fist, which she calls flowing fist, which, much like the name says, Hinata, due to her natural flexibility, flows through the enemies, dodging all all offensive attack while closing the enemy's chakra points. Even though her own taijutsu style is extremely strong, she still is very proficient in her original gentle fist. In case, his taijutsu style is very different. He trained his father's style and mastered it. However, if the enemy had some sort of shield, attacking the enemy's pressure point would be pointless. So Naruto developed his own style, combining the best offensive style of the strong fist and pressure point damage with the defensive style of the Uchiha's fist, creating what he called Dragon Fist. However, he add one small twist, if you can call it that. Naruto, after his training in lightning, managed to envelop his own fist and foot in a cloth of lightning chakra, which, if he makes contact with the enemy, can either massively increase the power of the strike or send the lightning chakra to the enemy's chakra circle system to effectively numb the area of the hit. This taijutsu style is called Lightning Fist. Actually, since both Naruto and Hinata have wind affinity, they can create invisible chakra wind blades in their fingers, invisible to anyone without dojutsu, of course. Using this technique, they can inflict damage to wherever they hit, damaging their muscles and disabling the enemy. In the ninjutsu department, one can say Naruto is a monster, with his three affinities completely mastered and all of them offensive. Naruto is a force to be reckoned with. His aerial concentration a vast amount like contains a vast amount of techniques from every age. every affinity, including a few creation of his own. Even though Hinata has high chakra levels, if compared to anyone her age, she has Jonin level chakra reserves when should be gaining. Her advancement of her advantage over Naruto comes for her extreme high chakra control, rivaling Tsunade herself. Due to her control, she learned a few medical ninjutsu for self-healing if necessary. Since Naruto has the fox chakra, going for the genjutsu section, let's just say that Naruto sucks at it. The only genjutsu Naruto is even able to cast without the Sharingan actively is a bringer of darkness, a genjutsu created by the Nami Hokage and constructed a kenjutsu due to the effect that even after activated, it continues to drain chakra constantly. We if we check Hinata, due to her control, she can pretty much use all genjutsu. She knows but restricts from using the bringer of death since she doesn't send much amount of chakra. In the weapon section, both of them are extremely masterful with kunais, shurikens, and senbons, but also kenjutsu. Naruto named the style he and Hinata learned Dragon's Cry sword style. Since the fact that shinobi life is about to begin, Naruto had previously forged their own swords. Naruto's sword was a cocked, straight single-edged sword created with chakra metal for his lightning affinity. It was 20 inches long without hilt. The handle was dark orange with black strips, and in the center the Uzumaki sorrel. Uh, Hinata has a similar sword being handled in vibrant color. In Fuinjutsu, Naruto truly honors the Uzumaki clan. His integration in the arts of Fuinjutsu truly is amazing. Naruto is officially a level 10 seal master, level 10 of 10. Actually, Naruto even has some of his own creation, and it is currently working on his father's Hiraishin technique. However, his seeking form of the Hiraishin must be created for its own users, so Naruto cannot use his father's kunai. Since the Shiki form is tied to the user's blood, Naruto was to admit that his father truly was magnificent in creating such a simple yet complex technique. Simple yet complex technique. Hinata also has training in Fuinjutsu, but not so extreme as Naruto. Since Naruto used his Shadow Clone army to pretty much devour every book. In fact, I believe that Naruto managed to read almost every book in the library. One might not believe it, but Naruto forged a lot of shadow clones in production and loss of clones in politician and loss of Konoha since he would have to one day put up with the council. In their last section, we have medical training. Neither of them have exceptional medical training. Hinata can use a few simple techniques to heal superficial wounds. However, both of them have pretty good grasp of poison poisons and antidotes, but also human autonomy. It is in here that the Senbons come into play. Naruto can use Senbons to mix with his pressure point taijutsu if necessary, but also coat the Senbon with paralyzing or killing poison for his own creation. All in all, both Naruto and Hinata are extremely skilled and resourceful shinobi, even though they are actually civilians. However, any civilian that can use chakra can be considered a shinobi. Next, graduation day, Naruto's house. The sun was coming up. It would be a beam break through the window. Naruto was peacefully sleeping, but being to stream as the sun started to shine through the room. Looking down, he saw what most likely was an angel. Hinata was sleeping with her head in his chest. The sun hitting her pale skin, making her glow almost like a goddess. Kissing her in the forehead, she started to strain and whining. Tempted to open her eyes, she noticed the hand slowly caressing her hair. She knew it was Naruto. She didn't want to leave his warmth and tried to snuggle closer to him, burying her face in his chest. Naruto, seeing this, chuckled. Hina-chan, or he started, we have to get up. Don't forget, it's graduation day, he said as he made a shadow clone to go make breakfast. I don't want to get up, she pondered. You are requested to be my pillow. She started to which he smirked. Pulling her chin up, he slowly placed a kiss in her lip, waking up his sleeping beauty. Come on now, he said, rolling both of them with him on top of her. He placed a few kisses along her neck, making her giggle. Fine, she said, finally agreeing with the blonde. Getting up and starting to get dressed. Hina-chan, it's time, he said, and Hinata nodded. Today was the day their masks would come off. They were more than powerful enough to protect themselves and let the world see who they really were. Of course, they wouldn't show off to the world, but the dead last dope, loudmouth blonde, and the shy and the kind Hinata were no more. Naruto now was about 165 centimeters, 5 foot 4, and had two fangs of blonde hair that framed his face. He wore orange baggy pants with black frames in the bottom with white strapping in his right leg. He had white jacket and orange ending and mid-length black sleeves. In the back of the jacket, it had the kanji of for 9. He wore black fingerless gloves with metal on the back of the hand and in each wrist blades with strong seals for kunais, shurikens, senbons, and his wood and his sword and small belt with numerous other scrolls. Anyone who saw him now wouldn't even recognize him. Hinata was slightly shorter than him, but if we would compare to the rest of the class, she would be one of the tallest person there. She wore black pants with white striping, holding kunai pouch, and a white buckle jacket with white fur. She also has a lavender piece of cloth tied in her forehead. A gift from Naruto. You look handsome, Narukun, she said in a sweet voice that sent shivers to the blonde. Boss, breakfast is ready, the clone said, and brought milk and cereal, bacon and eggs for breakfast. They both silently ate and started to prepare for their last day in the academy. Thanks, Kami, Naruto thought. Thank God, Naruto thought. After breakfast, both left the house and headed towards the academy. Hinata was wrapped around Naruto's right arm. It didn't matter anymore who saw them. It was the beginning of their shinobi careers. The oak was rather calm. Many of the villagers didn't even recognize Naruto. Arriving at the academy, they realized it was a bit early. They made their way to the back of the classroom and sat waiting for their classmate and sensei. Soon after their arriving, the classroom started filling, and moments later entered the almighty Uchiha Sasuke, followed of course by his horde of fangirls. Sasuke scanned the room and spotted both Hinata and someone with her. Discarding it, he made his way to the first row and took the seat by the window so he could gaze outside when bored. Moments later, Umino Iruka walked through the door. Said people had black pants and standard tuning flat jacket. He had brown hair tied in a ponytail and large scar across his face. Good morning, class, he said, checking the room and noticing he didn't get their attention. He used his patterned big head jutsu and yelled, "Silence!" Everyone quieted down, and Iruka started calling his students to mark their presence until he reached Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto was about to answer when another one beat him to it. Looks like dope is failing again. Looks like dope is failing again. Sasuke said, getting laughs from everyone. Are you all blind? A voice from the back of the classroom said, getting everyone's attention and looking at him. He was a ghost. He was a ghost, he said. Yo, waving his hand, present Iruka sensei. Everyone was blinking at the person is still progressing that he was Naruto. Naruto, pink hair banshee, asked. The on and only, he said with a foxy grin. The whole class looked at the new look and was a vast improvement over the old one. Got say, gotta say, the new outfit looked pretty good. Iruka snapped over the suspicion and finished his list. As you all know, Iruka started. Today is your graduation exam. At the end of today, those who pass will become shinobi of the leaf. We will start with written exam, followed by weapon, taijutsu, and finally ninjutsu. Now let's begin, Iruka said, and started handing out the exams. As he got near Naruto, a discreet smile appeared in Mizuki. Mizuki was Iruka's assistant, and like many others, he hated the demon brat and tried everything so he would fail and he have his revenge. Naruto sensed something strange about his exam and he discreetly activated his Sharingan and discovered a well placed genjutsu in his test, making a half tiger's hand seal and saying in mind, release. The genjutsu disappeared and showed the real exam that Naruto started feeling and after 20 minutes he was already done, as was Hinata. Both waited for the rest of the class. Okay, class, time's up, Iruka said, and Mizuki got up and started collecting the exam, after which the class moved to the training field for weapon exam. Alright, class, you have here 10 kunais and 10 shurikens that you must throw and hit the mark, Iruka explained and started calling names for each of the students move forward and for the evaluation. Uchiha Sasuke, Iruka called, and suddenly every fan gun was yelling, Sasuke is the best. Go Sasuke, show them. Hinata, seeing the ace, rolled her eyes and thought, and they call themselves Shinobi. Sasuke didn't even care about them. Sasuke picked up the weapon and explained, throwing them at the same time. Like the elite he was. Every single kunai hit dead center in the ramis as well. Most of the shuriken except one that missed the high scoring area. Well done, Sasuke. You got 19 out of 20, Iruka said, and the fan girls group went wild. Sasuke was going back to his place and bumping. Naruto said, beat that, dope. Uzumaki Naruto, Iruka said. The blonde simply took the weapon and realized that they were bold. Simply sharpening it or scraping it off, he discreetly channeled a bit of lightning chakra, throwing them so they would stick to the dummy. He threw them all at the same time, hitting every single target dead center. Iruka's eyes widened. Good job, Naruto. You got perfect score, 20 out of 20, Iruka said, congratulating him. The fan girls, of course, started yelling that Naruto cheated, and Sasuke simply scrawled the blonde. Hyuga Hinata, Iruka called. Hinata, much like Naruto, walked up and picked up the weapons and without flinching effectively threw them, hitting every single target like Naruto. Iruka jaw dropped. What is up today? Hinata never was good in weapons. Congratulations, Hinata. Iruka finished the rest of the class and moved on to Taijutsu. Okay, class, for the next exam, you must hold your ground against Mizuki for 2 minutes. Mizuki wouldn't go very much on the offensive, but be prepared. Iruka explained. Naruto Uzumaki, Iruka called. Finally, I get my hand on the demon, Mizuki thought. Naruto, seeing the twisted smile in Mizuki's face, decided to make him suffer a bit. Taking his stance, knee bent with right hand slightly forward, right arm extended forward with right palm facing the enemies, while the left arm coiled near the waist. Iruka's eye widened when he recognized the stance, but that's that's the gentle fist stance, Iruka said. Poor dope, he even doesn't know what he's doing. Sasuke said, getting laughs from the rest of the class. Looks like Narukun is going to play around for a bit, Hinata thought with a giggle. Hajime, start. Iruka said, and immediately Mizuki shot forward with a closed fist, trying to punch him. Naruto slightly grabbed his fist and turned to dodge. Seeing Mizuki stumble forward, Naruto slightly touched Mizuki's shoulder, closing on Tenkutsu, disabling his left arm. What did you do to me? Mizuki asked, angered as he didn't feel his left arm. I closed the main chakra point to your left shoulder, disabling your arm. It's over. You can't win, Naruto explained. But how? You don't have the Byakugan, Iruka said. How is in the world would Naruto be able to close Tenkutsu points? true. However, the chakra points are fixed in the enemy's network, so I can remember where they are and estimate their location. Seeing my enemies after that, I sent a small burst of chakra of the area of effectively single eye effect. Since I can't actually now exactly know exactly where the chakra points is, but nevertheless it works. Naruto explained he got surprise faces from everyone minus Hinata. To think it's possible to use gentle fist without the dojutsu, Iruka thought. You damn brat, you are going to pay, Mizuki said and pushed forward blindly. As he came close to Naruto, he simply smacked and said, "You are in my field of division. 2 palms, 4 palms, 8 palms, 64 palms, 32 palms." Naruto, 8 trigrams, 64 palms. Naruto said, finishing his attack, sending Mizuki crashing into the wall and leaving him unconscious. Naruto left the ring area with everyone staring at him. He just pulled a in-house secret technique of the Hyuga clan. Cheater! The fangirls yelled. How can that dope defeat a Chunin? That power should belong to me, an elite, Sasuke thought, boarding in his spot. Yuka gave everyone 30 minutes interval meaning he picked up. Meanwhile, he picked up and took Mizuki to the infirmary. Alright, since Naruto knocked out Mizuki, we are going to have the students fight on while I observe. Iruka explained. Knock Hyuga Hanata versus Yamanaka Ino. Iruka called out, "Poor girl, no, don't, try to don't get hurt." Hinata Ino taunted, to which Hinata rolled her eyes. It was time to show them who they were. Start. Ino quickly dashed forward. Hinata simply raised her right hand, aiming it for Ino. Channeling chakra to her palm, she said, "Air palm." A burst of air was sent and hit Ino dead center in her chest, throwing her out of the ring onto the ground, leaving her unconscious. "You cheated! It's taijutsu only," Sakura screamed, making everyone bring their hands to their ear. "That attack is considered taijutsu, sorry," Hinata explained. What in the world is going on here? Hinata was never that good at taijutsu, and Naruto always seemed like a street brawler. Iruka thought. Iruka picked Ino up and did quick checkup on her and left her leaned against a wall, waiting for her to wake up so she can pit her against someone else. Since he didn't see her do much. After the taijutsu exam was over, everyone met inside the classroom while Iruka called which student individually called which students individually for the ninjutsu portion. Uzumaki Naruto. Naruto called. Iruka called and Naruto got up and made his down made his down the stairs and stood in front of the class facing Iruka. "Good luck, dope. You are going to need it," Sasuke said, smirking. "Fool," Naruto thought. "Okay, Naruto, please perform the Henge no Jutsu," Iruka said, and there was a puff of smoke, and in front of Iruka was a man that even thought, even though Iruka knew it was a henge, gave him shivers as he looked at his eyes. The man's eyes were glowing, and it was the Sharingan. The man in front of Iruka was Uchiha Madara. Why of all people did you pick that man? Kyuubi asked. The Kyuubi despised Madara after all. You may not like him, and he may have done more bad than good, but he still was a powerful shinobi, and I have his legacy to honor. Naruto thought, getting sneer from the Kyuubi. And interesting, Iruka said, creating the shivers, and continue with the exam. Now get ready for Kawarimi, said Iruka as he picked up a blonde kunai and threw it at Naruto. Naruto switched with now get ready for Kawarami. Substitution, said Iruka as he picked up a blunt kunai and threw it at Naruto. Naruto switched with a chair that was nearby. Well then, Naruto, now do at least two Bushin. Iruka said Naruto always sucked at the Bushin's clone jutsu, and Naruto himself knew he couldn't create a single Bushin to save his life. Bushin no Jutsu, Naruto said, and tried to release at least the least amount of chakra possible. There, there was a puff of smoke, and in the ground there was a dead clone. The whole class started laughing. Still can do a damn Bushin, Iruka sensei. Is it okay if I use another type of clone? Naruto asked. Sure, no problem. Iruka answered, wondering what kind of clone Naruto was going to do. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto said there was a puff of smoke, and in front of Iruka there were 10 perfect clones of Naruto. Naruto smirked at the reaction of his teacher. Iruka's jaw dropped seeing Naruto pull a B rank Kinjutsu. How? Wow, Naruto Shadow Clone is a Jonin level jutsu. Congratulations, you passed, Iruka said. Naruto screamed and picked up his shadow in black and tried it for Naruto picked up his headband and in black and tied it around his forehead. Hinata went shortly after, and she too aced the exam. However, she could do perfect clone, unlike poor Naruto. Okay, class, the exams are over. Congratulations, passed everyone passed. This year's Rookie of the Year is Uzumaki Naruto, and top Konoichi is Hyuga Hinata. Iruka said, happy that Naruto passed, and not only that, he was Rookie of the Year. What? Kiba yelled. How can the dead last be the Rookie of the Year? He asked. Very simple. Both Hinata and Naruto is the written exam, got perfect role in the weapon exam, but also taijutsu and ninjutsu. Iruka explained. Is nothing but a loser. He is nothing but a loser. I am an Uchiha, an elite. I demand a duel between us for the title, Sasuke said. It's your choice, Naruto. Let's go outside, idiot, Naruto said, and Sasuke smirked, thinking he could take him on. Hinata just shook her head, knowing where this was going, that the idiot will go to end up in the hospital. Everyone left the classroom and came to the training ground. Naruto and Sasuke stepped inside the ring facing each other, each one of them doing their half trigger seals, signifying they were ready to battle. Now this is a duel for the title of the Rookie of the Year. You can use anything, however, no cheaping or no peopling crippling or killing strike. Understood, Iruka said, getting nod from both of them. Start. Then he said them and said, Start. Deciding to prove his superiority and intellect to end this match quickly, Sasuke dashed forward and throw him a punch. Naruto simply sidestepped at the punch. He brought his knee and hit Sasuke's stomach. Sasuke bent forward for the strike, giving Naruto opportunity to give him a chop in the back of his neck, leaving him unconscious on the ground. It's done, Naruto said, and of course the fangirls started yelling that Naruto cheated. Congratulations, Naruto, you are Rookie of the Year along with Hinata, Iruka said, and both Hinata and Naruto left the academy with her wrapped around his arm. Of course, Kiba, seeing this, got mad that Naruto was leaving with his Hinata. However, the rest of the class just kept wondering what happened today. Everyone except Shikamaru that always suspected that Naruto was hiding his true strength. Shikamaru may look lazy and unfocused, but he is also unfocused. Unfocused. Shikamaru may look lazy and unfocused, but he is also an extremely intelligent and observant. Naruto and Hinata were walking together, going to have dinner out as a celebration for graduating and becoming shinobi of the leaf. They were walking to Ichiraku when Naruto sensed someone running through the woods. Of course, Naruto remembered when Hinata was kidnapped. People running through the woods in always running. People running through the woods is always suspicious. Both of them decided to see what was happening and went after the person. Outpost. Mizuki was running through the woods with large scroll on his back, unworried that he was being tailed. Stopping near a small shark. He sat on the ground, opened and started reading from the scroll. With the scroll of squealing, Orochimaru-sama is going to give me more power than I can dream of. Mizuki thought out loud. Naruto and Hinata, wearing this, were about to jump him and retrieve the scroll when all of a sudden Iruka dropped in front of Mizuki. Mizuki, how could you do this? You betrayed the leaf, Iruka said. He didn't understand how his best friend would betray the leaf and steal the scroll. Simple, Iruka, I want power, and when I give Orochimaru this scroll, he is going to give me more power than you can dream of, Mizuki said. He pulled a couple of shurikens and threw them at Iruka, yelling, Shadow Shuriken Jutsu. The shurikens multiplied to 20. Iruka, seeing the hesitated and ended up pinned against a tree. Mizuki took out a Fuma big shuriken and dashed forward with it spinning and intending to end Iruka once and for all. Naruto, seeing this, jumped in the middle of them, kicking Mizuki back. Naruto, Iruka said, surprised to see him. Hinata, heal Iruka-sensei. I will take care of him, Naruto said. Hi. Yes, she replied and started healing Iruka. You damn demon, have you ever wondered why everyone hates you? Mizuki asked, and Naruto raised an eyebrow. No, Mizuki, it's forbidden, yeah, Iruka yelled. 14 years ago, the fourth who died didn't kill the Kyuubi. He sealed it in you. You are the Kyuubi reborn, Mizuki said, expecting to break the brat so he could escape. Are you an idiot? He asked rhetorically. Mizuki narrowed his eyes, wondering how it didn't do anything. I have known about the QB since I was 5 years old. Hell, I've been talking to him ever since. Did you ever wonder why I have the kanji of 9 in my on my jacket? It's because I take pride in being the Jinjuriki. My life may not have been easy, but I am happy that I am the fourth choose. I am happy that the fourth choose me. Naruto said, getting shocked face from both Mizuki and Iruka. Enough talk. And since you broke the third law, I have permission to kill you. Naruto explained. Try it, Demon Fox, Mizuki said, and took the last of big shuriken and threw it at him. Naruto dodged the shuriken and went through a couple of hand seals and said, "Great fireball jutsu." Mizuki's eyes widened when he saw the fireball coming. He jumped off the lift where Naruto was waiting and gave him a ferocious kick to the rib, sending Mizuki crashing into the trees. Mizuki barely got up since he got a couple of broken ribs, trying his best to find the demon brat when suddenly something grabbed his knee. Looking down, he saw a hand sticking out the ground, grabbing him tightly. Double suicide, double suicide, deception, jutsu. Naruto said, dragging and burying Mizuki, leaving only his head out of the ground. Mizuki tried to get out of, but got nowhere. Naruto picked up the scroll of sealing and caught a glimpse of for a technique. Opening the scroll, it said, "Clone explosion, B rank." Closing the scroll, he put it on his back and went to Iruka as Hinata was finishing to heal him. "How are you feeling, Iruka sensei?" Naruto asked. Iruka was one of the few people Naruto cared about. "I am fine, thank you," he replied. Moments later, Anbu arrived at the scene and took Naruto and Hinata to the Hokage, and Mizuki to Ibiki Hokage office. Anbu arrived with the three of them at the Hokage office. Naruto delivered the scroll of sealing to the Hokage. "Well done, Naruto. Due to your and Hinata's help, we managed to secure the scroll of sealing and catch a traitor. I'm considering this a B rank mission. I saw what happened through my crystal ball, and I know you learned a jutsu from the scroll. Just be careful with that one. Anyone else I might do for you in Anything else I might do for you in compensation?" The Hokage asked. He is secretly happy that Naruto took his training seriously. "Actually, there is, Gigi," Naruto said, and got smacked in the head by Iruka. Show some respect to the Hokage, you brat," Iruka said. "Eee, don't worry so much." "You don't worry so much, Iruka," the Hokage said. "I want to ask you if I could be on the same team as Hinata, and without Sasuke. We both know there will come a time I will need my eyes, and I don't want problems. I will need my eyes, and I don't want problems," he said, and the Hokage raised an eyebrow considering the request. "I know what you are thinking. I bet you are considering placing me along with with Sasuke and Hinata. Since Rookie of the Year goes with Konoichi of the Year and have a create a heavy assault team to create a heavy assault team. Naruto explained and continued, however you can still get the same benefit if you have Kiba, Sasuke and Sakura for the heavy assault team, and you can have a perfect tracking team along with the heavy assault team with me, Hinata and Shino. Since I have my eyes and I am a sensor, Naruto finished. Eyes? Iruka asked. The Hokage, seeing Naruto, asking him what do silent slightly said. What to do slightly said. It's up to you, Naruto, the Hokage said. Iruka sensei, if you promise to not to tell anyone until I reveal it, I will tell you, Naruto said. Iruka replied, you can trust me, Naruto. You know that. Look into my eyes, Naruto said and closed his eyes, slowly opening them for a dramatic effect. They were blood red with three tumors in each eyes. Naruto's eyes were fully matured Sharingan. Holy shit! Iruka yelled. Naruto simply rubbed his back of his head. That's why you transform into Madara during the exam, Iruka said, and the Hokage raised an eyebrow. Of course, sensei, I have a legacy to keep. After all, Madara was my grandfather. Naruto said. Iruka's jaw dropped hearing this. Naruto was the grandson of the most powerful shinobi ever to live. Naruto, you really are the number one unpredictable ninja of Konoha, he said, and both Naruto and the Hokage laughed. Naruto, if you have a fully matured Sharingan, how would you be the dead last up until now? Iruka asked. Deception is a ninja's greatest tool. I listened to one of your lectures. He said, smarting, to which Iruka just dumbly nodded. All is well when ends well. All is well when it ends well. Naruto, I agree with your request. Be at the academy next week for team placement. See you tomorrow. The Hokage said. Naruto, Hinata, how about I take to Roman as a thank you? Iruka asked, and of course Naruto agreed, jumping in the air. The Hokage just shook his head, seeing all three of them leaving his office. The side on picked up his side and picked up the pencil. No. The Hokage yelled, seeing paperwork pop out of nowhere. Naruto, hearing the Hokage yell, thought, maybe I should tell him on of these days. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. If you wanna be notified for the next part, then you need to subscribe. Bye bye.